Good morning, everyone. This is Alpha Megasis, and it's been a while, but today I'm here to show you my Glitter desktop and to announce my newest and latest mod, which took me forever to make, called Stardew Symphony. Now, Stardew Symphony is another utility mod that I've been working on over the course of the last 2.5 weeks, and it's been quite a challenge, but thankfully I finally was able to release it. Now, you're probably wondering what Stardew Symphony is, and let me give you a quick tour of that before I get into too many of the complications. Let me close some stuff real fast. No, I do not want to save. Don't worry, I know what I was working on. Ooh, cool. Alright, start up Stardew Valley real fast. Ooh, that's a glitch. What happened? That happens sometimes when I load. There we go. See, now you got the nice intro music right here, Stardew Valley, cool. Let's load the game real fast. Open up my character. I haven't played too much lately. Been really busy. Get a nice wall of text. And you hear that the actual default music that starts playing is different. This is actually, if I look at my log, I'm now listening to Rune Factory 1 Fall from the music pack located at... Ooh, what's this? Music packs, you say? Yes, actually. Part of what Stardew Symphony does is it allows users to install custom music packs into the game. And so instead of having to overwrite the default Stardew Valley soundtrack, users can actually expand upon it by adding multiple soundtracks of their own creation. So let's walk outside real fast. And so there's nothing playing on my farm right now, you know. I specifically didn't have it play any music. But what if I go into town? And you hear that the music is already changed. And so right now we're currently listening to the Rune Factory 1 soundtrack, Town Square. And so this is the Town Square music they'll play if you're familiar with the Rune Factory games. This is the music they'll play if you go to the Town Square. Now, but the funny thing is, what happens if I leave town? Whoa, the music's still playing. But the funny thing is, if I enter town again, the music changes. And now we are currently listening to Rune Factory 3 Town. So we're listening to the town music from the Rune Factory 3 soundtrack. So that's one of the things is with multiple music packs installed, and when you enter locations, it'll actually play a different song associated with that soundtrack. And so it randomly shuffles through the different sound packs or soundtracks installed, and it'll play a random song from the list. So it's really nice to have a nice variety going, because even though I love this, the default Stardew Valley soundtrack, sometimes I like a little bit more variety. So let's just sit and chill here for a little bit. And so I don't think this song should last too long, but we'll sit and chill, and you'll hear kind of what I worked on. So, let's do some fishing real fast. So, this mod took me a little bit of time to work on due to a lot of the issues that I had, kind of working on it. I actually rewrote this about 3 times. I should probably pull out my mouse if I'm going to do fishing. I actually had to rewrite this mod 3 times because a few times during development I decided that I need to expand upon the capabilities of what I wanted this mod to do, which required me to go back and rewrite code quite often. And so I probably wrote it up from the ground up 3 times. Originally this was just going to support seasons, but as I'll show you in a moment, it supports a little bit more than just seasons. Or as you kind of already seen, as I entered the town, a specific music for the town started playing. And so what it does is it actually has it where it'll play different music for the different locations in Stardew Valley. So each location can have its own unique song that will play. and there's actually way more to that too. So not only will it play its own unique song, depending on the... You know, this might be a little distracting, but I'm going to catch this fish anyways. Depending on the time of day, and if it's raining or not, you can actually have up to 4 different options for each location. So you can have it where if it's not raining and it's daytime, there's a certain list of songs that will play. If it's raining, there's a certain list of songs that will play. If it's nighttime, there's a certain list of songs that will play. And if it's raining and it's nighttime, a certain list of songs will play. And so it's just a nice variety of options that you have. And if you don't have it, where there's sort of a hierarchy, where if it's not raining or nighttime, but you only have songs installed for the actual just location itself, it'll actually just cycle through and be like, oh hey, there's nothing installed for this one, for this little piece, so let's keep flowing down. So it's a lot of technical information, but it's basically built to make sure that the users don't have a hard time installing music packs. So it took me a little bit of time to figure that one out. So we should be getting something here. Yeah, so as you kind of heard right there, the song played and then it went quiet. It's this nice little default thing that I installed in, where normally when we play Stardew Valley, there's this nice sort of quiet time in between songs where you listen to nature and kind of hear all the ambient noise around you. I basically had to emulate the same thing with the soundtrack. Where basically now you can have a timer that will do a random number generation between a minimum time and a maximum time in the config file that will say how much silence time you want between soundtracks. So it's really nice for those of you who really like silence, or those of you who just want to skip to the next song. It's very, very useful. And so right now and then once the timer runs out, it plays the next song again. And so now we're listening to the Rune Factory 1 town. Music from the Rune Factory 1 soundtrack that I gave you guys. So, which actually fits really nicely with nighttime. So, I mean, I also installed the Rune Factory 1 town to play at the nighttime. So after the default, like, starting to get dark, once it starts to get dark in Stardew Valley, that's when those nighttime songs start kicking in. So what happens if I want to go visit the saloon real fast? Oh geez, I'm disoriented. You hear that the music for it also changes, except someone's trying to leave. Oh yep. See, that's the music that starts playing when it's dark. And if I enter the saloon, you hear that some of the inside music starts playing in. So like I said, it's based off locations and time of day. So that's kind of a cool thing I like to do. Alright, and if I leave, town music starts playing again. I should probably call it good for here, or get back home, since I have another mod installed that I'll showcase later. But I don't want to confuse you guys real fast. That would be pretty bad. And look, you even have default music that'll play for your house. Oh, nice. Pretty homey. Hey, puppet dog. Time to go to bed. Do I have anything else installed? There we go. I knew I had more music for the house installed, but like I said, it's random, so sometimes you might hear the same thing 2 or 3 times in a row. But now, we're listening to Rune Factory 2 right now, and before we were listening to Rune Factory 1. Cool. And it's nice is if there's no music installed at all for the next area that you go into, it'll actually just keep playing the soundtrack from the previous area. So I don't have any music installed for the farm, because usually I'm just like, oh, play the default seasonal music, which I also could have installed, but I was just like, nah, just keep playing the house music. It's nice and homey, kind of farmy. I like it. Yeah. So just ship that real fast. Now let's see if I can get it. I don't know if I can get a rainy day. Actually, I don't even know if I installed specific music for that. Yeah. Alright, well, that's kind of a showcasing of the actual soundtrack thing itself. So let me show you kind of more of what I was talking about earlier with the config files. So here we have the Stardew Valley Music Expansion API, which I also call Stardew Symphony. So just for kicks, Stardew Symphony. So this is kind of like the Visual Studios project I include in blah blah blah, a README, Stardew Symphony, the actual mod file itself. And then you got the music packs, and so we got Rune Factory 1, Rune Factory 2, Rune Factory 3. And so let's go to Rune Factory 1. And so we got the config file, which basically you open this up. Just wait for Notepad++ to open up. And then here you go, it's like the config file. You got the Rune Factory 1 wave bank, Rune Factory 1 sound bank. And so what this does is each music pack has a pointer to tell it what soundtrack to play with it. And so this is the sound files for XNA Game Studios or Stardew Valley. And I'll have another video telling you how to make these files, because you actually have to go through a slight process. Let's see, so there's config for each, so each soundtrack has a specific config for its actual files themselves. There's a reference sheet that just kind of says all the files that are associated, or all the songs that are associated with that soundtrack. So here we got buildings, we got the Rune Factory 1 home, Rune Factory 1 neighbor's home, some dungeon music for like the caves, the town, so like see Rune Factory 1 town square, the seasons, and then some miscellaneous music that I kind of threw in there, that I kind of just was there just because. I don't think all of it's being used right now, but going on to that, actually, if you were to open up, so we got locations and we got seasons. So first I'll go locations. So here you just see a massive amount of text files. And so you got like the Adventurers Guild, then you have the Adventurers Guild at night, you got the Adventurers Guild when it's raining, and you got the Adventurers Guild when it's raining at night. Wow, that has a tongue twister. And so if I open up the Adventurers Guild, you can see that there's nothing here, which means music will not play for it from the Rune Factory 1 soundtrack. But if I go all the way to my home, farmhouse, that's right. If I go all the way to farmhouse, you'll see that I have Rune Factory 1 home music installed. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, okay, no, that's pretty fun. But what if? The nice thing about this is, let me collect myself real fast. The nice thing about this is the songs that play at the locations, times, and weather and seasons is not set in stone. Actually, the fact that these are all in text files means that you can actually configure it around yourself. Where I provide the music files, but anyone can have whatever songs they want playing at any time, at any location. And so that was kind of a nice thing that I was able to figure out, was how to let users choose what music plays when they want. So what if you don't like the Rune Factory 1 home? Then what you do is you can just erase it right there, and now Rune Factory 1 home music will not play when you're in your house. It will not at all. It has to be included in this file. So what if I was going to be like Rune Factory 1, and then go my reference sheet, I want to play To You. So just go Rune Factory 1 to You, save it, open up Stardew Valley. And this is all loaded at running time, so if you change what songs play at what locations, you're going to have to reload Stardew Valley. Just because music packs can get quite large and don't want to have laggy gameplay trying to update stuff. Rune Factory 2 fall. That's right. Alright. Back in. So we got Rune Factory 3 my home. Come on, come on. There we go. Now listening to Rune Factory 1 To You from music pack located at blah 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 blah. Rune Factory 1 music pack for locations, Stardew Valley locations, farmhouse. And so there you go. Now we're listening to You from the Rune Factory 1 soundtrack. And so that's how users can kind of add in or choose what songs do and do not play. So it's very powerful for the users. So that way users be like, hey, I really like this song, but I don't really like this song. So it gives them the power to choose what plays. Same thing with like seasons. If I was to go like fall, I should probably just drag and drop. Yeah, so we got Rune Factory 1 fall. So same thing here. Don't like that, just erase it and it won't ever play. Or you can even add more stuff to this, where what if I wanted it to play what if I wanted it to play the Rune Factory 1 festival music in the fall? There we go. Yeah, so I mean, if I was just to go and add in more music like this, just go for my master reference sheet, just copy paste it. Now these songs are all possible songs that can play from the Rune Factory 1 soundtrack in the fall time. So think of it like one massive shuffle where it'll shuffle the music packs. So it'll pick a music pack and then it'll pick the songs from the music pack. But you're probably wondering, what if I don't have any songs installed for that music pack in that location? What it does is it actually will search for a music pack that does have music for that location. So if I have it where my Rune Factory 1 soundtrack doesn't have music for the fall, but my Rune Factory 2 soundtrack does, what it does is it still randomly picks a music pack, but then it'll iterate through to see the next available music pack. So it's still random number generation, just with some safeties thrown in, just in case. So anyway, we got that installed. So yeah, so really it's making a new music pack is as simple as just going to the music files, or just going to music packs. I probably need to edit the Nexus then. I actually wrote music files, not music packs. Simply just making a new music folder. So like I include a blank music pack where it's like, oh, your sound bank here, your wave bank here, reference sheet, a config file, seasons, locations. Another nice thing about this mod that I was able to add in was this mod will automatically grow to include custom locations that users add in. So if you install a new location into Stardew Valley, what the mod does is it looks for all the locations in Stardew Valley and automatically will add in the 4 files pertaining to the new location, being the normal, the nighttime, the rain, and the rain nighttime files. So it will expand upon it. Now, music won't play for those locations. It'll default to the seasonal music once the last song runs out. But if you were to go in and be like, oh, I have a new location called like the farmhouse basement, and you were to double click it and add in a song, now that music will play when you go to that location. So that's another thing that makes this pretty powerful. And that's pretty much it. This is the end of just a showcase. The next video will be about how to actually make music packs and how to go about that. So you can upload your own music packs and just have fun with it. Alright, this is Alpha Megasis signing off.